a new JoJoLands chapter dropped, chapter 36, and before we start talking about it, a brief summary. The gang tries and fails to remove the malicious enemy stand sticker off their foots, but in their attempt, both Dragona and JoDio fall victim to its abilities.
Don't touch them. Touch me like this with your bare hand!
We discover more about their relationship to Dragona's ex-lover and the nature of absurdities, when suddenly JoDio runs off and says he will remove the sticker no matter what. And with that, hi guys, Panda here. The new chapter dropped and I want to talk about it. Regarding JoDio's plan with the fangs, I believe he's not trying to just have the thing bite off the sticker. I think he's going to blow off his fucking foot. He saw that when Dragona tried putting off the sticker, it didn't work. And when she dropped her shoe, the sticker reappeared on her foot. So maybe he's trying to obliterate the thing off his foot. This will most likely not work because, you know, this is a Civil War type of arc. He's going to have to overcome whatever burdens he has behind him and rip off the sticker with sheer determination. So he needs to quit lying around.
Those don't go past the fence. Ah.
Everyone, we're leaving the zoo. Get in the jeep now. Ah, what the?
Impossible! This isn't a jeep! No! No! Ah! When the enemy stand talked about how awful it is that bad things are happening in our society, I think it was very telling of how JoDio feels about this. It's him saying how unrighteous it is that the mechanisms in place and the systems around him aren't there to help him, even though the mechanisms in place should bring him fortune. At the very start of the story, he basically proclaimed he's destined to become rich, that the systems around him are supposed to give him this fortune. However, they don't, and that is absurd to him. At times, things just don't work out the way they were supposed to, and he had no control in the matter whatsoever. And his way of dealing with the fact that the world might not be helping him is absurdities.
Can I become happy? I'm pretty darn sure I can. I work hard, but the reality of this world is that you run into folks like that in these hidden places, and they don't play fair.
Everything regarding mechanisms and absurdities deserves a video on its own, but in general I believe mechanism is just a different way of interpreting fate, and absurdities is the negative fate that comes towards you, similar to calamity. Regarding the thing that the stand itself said,
JoDio, you're a strange kid, aren't you? You're usually so quiet, you seem, so relaxed and agreeable, but deep inside you're burning with rage, aren't you?
if you remember back then, JoDio was very hurt when he was diagnosed as antisocial.
The psychotherapy doctor said that there's a chance I have antisocial personality disorder, so I guess they mean like a psychopath. Hey, doctor, the whole antisocial part, call me, that kinda hurts.
That very diagnosis has been lingering in his mind forever, and he's been very scared that he might be weird, that he might not fit in, and that because of that, he'll never become happy.
So my mom, Barbara Ann, yelled back at them. I said, I be careful? That was all. Can I become happy?
It was the big D pendant, that stupid fucking D. She forgets how to write her name, so she got a big D on her chest so she remembers when.
I believe the very fact that there's a scar on his Joestar now is foreshadowing. In his attempt to help his family and pick up the pendulum for Dragona, he had his Joestar attacked. We know for a fact that JoDio cares about his family and he wants to protect them. The bus incident, the way he treats his mother, and I believe that his attempt of saving and helping his family, like he did here with Dragona's pendulum, will put them at risk and maybe even kill them.
Oh damn!
I found a great interpretation on the first page that ties in with what I'm saying right now. Be aware that I will sound a bit different because my microphones are shit. I really love this chapter cover, not just because it's gorgeous, but also because I think it actually accurately represents the insecurities each of them are confronted with during this arc. Parker looks like he's removing a mask. He's scared that underneath his actions, he's actually a shitty person, like his father. JoDio is gesturing towards the star. He quarrels with his deeper motivations and subconsciously carrying on the Joestar bloodline. Usagi's making hard hands. He struggles with how deeply and quickly he loves people and the acceptance or lack thereof. His love. Dragona looks like she's snipping off her tongue. She struggles with being used, silenced and spoken over, not having a voice. What a beautiful read. Everyone go follow this person. They got great analysis. Wait a minute. No, follow me first. Follow me first. No one follows me on Twitter. Him pointing his Joestar is reflective of his struggle to keep up a good appearance, to not be awful and protect his family, but also to deal with his antisocial behavior.
They heard it. I'm certain they did. What? JoDio? This is how JoJo you know that one tweet, it's like, this is how JoJo characters talk?
I made an entire video on Dragona and her gender, which you should still watch because I think it's still very relevant to what we're talking about here. But a lot of stuff happened today that needs to be considered. First and foremost, the stand, which, reflects the inner personal dealings, referred to her as a woman, referred to her as big sis. Furthermore, her ex-boyfriend also referred to her as a woman. Plus, she stole money from his pockets to get what is basically implied to be gender-affirming care, gender-affirming surgery.
But sometimes you swipe money from his bedroom, wouldn't you? Oh, money you used to touch up your jawline, right? Oh, and Mr. Hasselhoff, oh, didn't he? Oh.
It is very much implied that he was her first love, physically too. So most likely him calling her a woman is not only correct, but also, from his perspective, physically correct. She had her breasts done, so most likely other parts of her body too. Maybe even with the help of her stand. I'm just saying, that seems really useful. What dichotomy, by the way. Spoilers for Fire Punch. In Fire Punch, you have a trans character who was born male and has regenerative powers, so they can't cut off their dingling and become a woman physically. So an absolute horror scenario. Meanwhile, in JoJoLands, you have a trans character born with the ability to remove and replace shit. Oh my god. Editing Noah here, I fucked up. Togata was born female and wanted to be male. I'm an idiot, I'm a fool, and especially I'm a lapper. Regarding the big sis thing, I saw a tweet explaining this very well, and basically it's most likely the stand mocking her because JoDio keeps calling her big bro. And even though she accepts it, she doesn't really want to be called that. And it hurts her hearing his little brother calling her big bro. This nigga Araki really going for that sister-brother angst. Not in an incest way, don't worry. Well, I hope not. I don't know about Araki. We had it in part 6, and despite some I don't want to think about that.
I think it's funny that she told Usagi, oh yeah, we siblings, we don't really do dating. And she had like a boyfriend, oh lord.
This nigga Usagi gets so little hoes, if he was hunted by the CIA, he would be not wanted. If that joke doesn't get me at least 1 subscriber, I swear to god. Another topic I'd like to mention. As most of you know, Part 5 was supposed to have a traitor, specifically Fugo. He was supposed to keep going with the gang and at one point betray them. Araki was set on having this happen, but because of depression and a bunch of other stuff and him genuinely just feeling awful about doing this, he never ended up doing that. Now everyone's speculating that maybe there's going to be a secret betrayal in this part, and I really hope it's not Charming Man. Not because it would be heartbroken, well that of course too, but because it would be unimpactful. Like, dog, we knew you for like 20 minutes. It's gonna hurt, but like it's not gonna hurt that much. Imagine Paco being the one to betray them. To conclude, this chapter was great, and in general this arc has been phenomenal. Fairly said, it is very much like Civil War, where it's basically super speeding up character development, and it's a very cheap way of doing it too. However, it works. This might be the best JoJoLands arc we've gotten yet. Also, to the people who frequently watch my videos, first of all, thank you for watching. Secondly, don't worry, I'm still working on stuff. Right now, I'm working on a video about the Universal Studio Park, Japanese. Here's a snippet. And now you'll be hung by the gallows! Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video up to this point, you can support the channel by subscribing or by liking the video. And thank you to all my loyal subscribers and my unloyal subscribers. And until then, bye!
They can jump 20 meters? Damn, okay, that's why you're the king of the jungle.